I don't even know how to start this. I just need to do this or even like record state. So it's Saturday, May 28th at 4:06 p.m. on the Pacific time. And I just had one of the most scary experiences of my life. I don't even know how to deal with it. I'm just kind of like, what the fuck was that? Okay, guys. I'm just, honestly, I don't even know why I'm doing this. It could be for awareness sake. I think I was talking to one of my good friends. He was like, you should just talk about it if you need to talk about it. I just had a really scary experience. So some of you guys may know that I moved to Los Angeles not too long ago. And it's been like a good time so far and everything. But like I've had this weird fear of not only being out here because of like people I talk about or, you know, the industry and everything, because I talk about shit in the industry, but I've been scared of being out here because I've been scared about like all. So there's been like, obviously I've like liked living in West Hollywood. I keep looking at my door because I'm just scared of my door opening or something, because there's this guy wearing a completely black mask all over his face, and so I was coming home tonight, and like I was walking through this alley that's near my house. This is how you get like home, and it's like a scary alley. It's known to be a scary alley. I've known this, but I've walked through it before and I was fine. And when I was walking across to my street, there's this guy and he was trying to hit on me and trying to do things to me. And like that's just kind of how West Hollywood is. I'm not used to this. I'm from Virginia. I'm not used to like being around people that are constantly gay all the time, you know, which is fine. I love it because I feel accepted, but at the same time I don't feel safe because I already felt like he was trying to do something to me. This man who's really nice, he was a Hispanic man, probably a few years older than me, maybe 2 inches shorter than me, and he was fine. He was nice. He was trying to hit on me. I told him I didn't want to, and he was totally fine with it. I asked him if he would walk me home because I already felt kind of scared because there's so many people wandering around the street. Granted, it was like 3 a.m. at this point. So then he walks me. He's a gentleman in the sense that he walks me to my house. We actually walked past my house, which is like the weird part. Now that I think back at it, I didn't even think about this part yet. So we walked past my house and then we walked back. So I guess this gave whoever this man ample opportunity. So my house is like, has private gates in the front and there's like bushes. You can't really see, like there's private gate, and then there's like another gate. And you enter in this gate and there's like private bushes. And then I walked the corner with this guy. I guess we were walking in this direction because I guess at this point, like honestly, I kind of like blacked out at this moment because I don't really watch a lot of TV. I don't really watch a lot of shows. I watch Black Mirror and I watch American Horror Story. And those two shows are like obviously really like dark and traumatic and things like that. And I was walking with this guy, this random man who already tried to like ask me seconds ago if you want to F me. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to get home safe. And then we turned this corner and I look into my house and there's a gate here and then there's this man who's standing like, and this is also why I want to talk about this for record's sake, because I don't know who's coming after me. Maybe it's some guy that was trying to F me or some sick thing, or maybe it was someone who's after me who's trying, I don't know if they're working together. I have no idea. I turn the corner and there's this guy like 6'4", maybe 6'2", but no shorter than that. Very tall guy, because I'm 5'9". I can tell when someone's like taller and built, and he had all black on. And when I mean like, I called my dad before I made this video, and he was like a ski mask, and it's not a ski mask, it's like a Spider-Man. Like it was a full body, completely black. He looked like a knight when I saw him, because he was just so built and tall, and he stood there, and I visibly reaction like what? I honestly don't know if the other guy that was like talking to me had a reaction. Like nowadays, now that I'm looking back on it, I wish I was more like obviously observant of like whether these two were working together or something. I need to drink water. So then I like am obviously thrown off. It's like, it's different if the guy was on like the street. He was on like, and I keep looking at the door because I keep looking outside the door because I won't talk about it anymore, but the property, pretty much, he was on the other side of the property. He wasn't like, it wasn't the public street. It wasn't like I was like, oh, some rando on my street. It was on my side to where I enter, and this guy was right here, super tall, completely blacked out, did not move, had no reaction at all. I freaked out. I called 911. Let's talk about how long I was on the phone with 911, because this is what's scary too, because you think you're safe out here and you're not safe at all. I called them for 2 minutes. I called them at 3:22 a.m. and I told them, I was like, I don't feel safe. I feel like I'm gonna be R-worded right now. There's a guy that's on my property. I've visibly made it clear I don't want him there, and I want him to leave. And so I called 911, and the girl was so dismissive. It makes me think of the other people, like real victims in the world. I'm like, holy shit. This is the first time I've called 911 and I didn't feel safe, and it was so dismissive. And she was like, is he in your house? Is he in your house? No, he's not in my house. He's on my effing property and he's not leaving. And I've even said out loud multiple times, I was like, if you can just leave my property. I don't know what you want. I don't know what it is, but I don't want whatever you want. Just leave my property. He was not leaving. It was like 4 minutes total that I like saw him to when he actually started to leave. But I was calling the cops, and they were not sending anyone. They could give a damn. They could literally give a damn. And that's what I'm so scared about the LAPD, because I'm sorry if there's a cricket or something, but I'm scared of the LAPD because I feel like they also work with these predators or with these like Hollywood people. And like, what if I was kidnapped and they told like I don't know, I have no idea at this point. Like, you think you call 911 and that these people are gonna be responsive, and like, thankfully he ran off or whatever happened. But at the same time, if he didn't run off, they weren't going to come. They weren't going to come unless he was broken into my house, and at that point it's too late, right? At that point, then what are you even talking about? So I called, and like this guy that the guy that was like with me, that walked with me initially, he was walking around doing all these things when I was on the phone. I was yelling while I was on the phone. I was like, stay still, stay still. I'm like the type that's like, I'm not gonna go easy on these things. Like, I realized in this situation, because I've never had anything like this in my life, that I'm a type who's going to be yelling and making a scene and talking and stuff. And I was like telling him, do not move, do not move, do not move. I'm calling the police, blah, blah, and I was on the phone with the police. I was saying, do not move, like this guy, because I felt like I have this big fear of like someone coming up to me and injecting me with something, and I'm just passed out and they just do whatever they want with me. And I thought these two maybe could be working together. And then while I was on the phone, the guy just ran off, and he just ran down the street, but he didn't run far. He ran into a car and just got into a car, and then the lady ended up hanging up on me. She's like, okay, well, if he's gone, then he's gone. Call us back if you need anything. And I'm like, well, I even told her, I was like, I'd like to file a report or something, and nope, we don't have time for that. So then I was talking to that guy for a little bit. I actually like spoke to him a little bit. I was like, do you think the guy's gonna come back after me or something? Do you think, like, what was that? And he was like, no, he's probably scared off, but at the same time, like, he knows where you live now, and he knows what you look like, and it's just like, yeah, that's really scary. And that's like, I feel like I sympathize so much with women who have to go through every day feeling like they could be violated at any moment. Cause that's feeling, even as a man who, like, I have muscles, I'm strong, I'm 5'9", like, I'm not like a small, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't even imagine being a woman in this position where you're like, that was very traumatizing. And I just wanted to, and right now it's 4:15 a.m. on Saturday, May 28th. And like, I think I'm fine now. I'm whatever. I mean, like, what am I gonna do? Just sit here and wait up all night and wait for whatever to happen? No, there's nothing I can do. So at this point, I just want to make a record that this happened to me. And also, I just wanted to say, like, that like, I was also catcalled in West Palm Beach when I was there in Florida, and that was a very scary experience. And I almost talked about that on my channel, and I did it, and I felt so much sympathy for people who have to go through that, because I've seen the catcalling and stuff too, and it's disgusting. And then being here and getting that close and having someone who's like on my property and violating my space and like not having any sort of protection. And I called multiple people and no one answered. It's like, there's no one here for me, and I don't have my guns, I don't have anything. So tomorrow I'm gonna buy a gun, and I'm just gonna keep myself safe, because at this point I don't know who could be after me. So if anything, I just want you guys to know that, like, when it comes to this, act up and, you know, get yourself out of those situations. It's not fun. And my camera's dying.